Hi there guys, hope you had a really good weekend. Monday morning, another week of doing stuff. Now, what we're going to try and look and do generally on Mondays is have a look back over the books that we have previously been sort of looking at and looking through and developing the work a little bit further. So last week on Monday, I asked you to, or I read this book here down out to you, which is Back to Earth with a Bump. And what we were doing is we were looking at sequencing the story, putting the pictures into the correct order, and then actually just doing a little bit of writing for each of the pictures as well. So this time round, we're going to take it a little bit further, but we're going to think a bit more about the actual characters in the story, and actually, our main character in the story, and we're going to explore what we think he could be thinking at different times. Okay, so I'm going to just switch across so you can see the other screen here. So these are our thought bubbles here. Now, thought bubbles, they're different to speech bubbles, so they're not what the character is actually saying, but it's what the character might be thinking at this point in time. So it's a little bit more open to interpretation. It's a little bit more open to, so you have to sort of base it on the story and what's going on and what's happening within the story. But you're thinking to yourself, what is it that this person or this character might actually be thinking about or might actually be feeling at this moment in time? So what we're going to do is I'm going to read the story to you again, and you can have a little bit of a thought about that at the time, or as we're going through rather. Okay, so Back to Earth with a Bump. We can see we've got some lovely illustrations here, and this yet again is our title page. So you can see it's got the so like normally have the author on here, you'll have the publisher, and you also have the title of the story. So Back to Earth with a Bump. Remember, you need to be listening to the story carefully. You can listen to it again, but think about, what do I think the character is thinking in each of these scenes? So it's evening and Hal needs to go to bed. He brushes his teeth and he brushes his head. The big hand's on 12 and the small hand's on 8. Quick, into your bedroom, it's really quite late. Hal closes his curtains and turns out the light, curls under his blanket and snuggles up tight. But just when he's starting to snuffle and snore, his small bed takes off from the ground with a roar. A whoosh, and it's out of the window they go. His house soon becomes just a dot down below. He soars through the clouds in the dark moonlit sky and stares straight into space in the blink of an eye. Can anyone remember from last week what it is that Hal is actually looking for, what he's trying to find out in the story? Yeah, that's right. He was looking for the sun, wasn't he? It's Earth calling, Hal. Can you hear me? Come in. We've got a mission for you. When can you begin? You're loud and you're clear. Now just tell me the plan. Please give me my mission. I'll do what I can. Please find us the sun. It's gone from the sky. It's vanished completely. We just don't know why. Okay, agrees Hal with a nod of his head. I'll track down the sun in my space-travelling bed. I wonder what he's thinking at the moment. What's that up ahead? He squints hard as he sees a shape that is pale, all round and like cheese. There are craters and mountains and dust that is grey. Could this be the sun that I see in the day? No way, chuckles Hal with a shake of his head. I know what that is, and he stands on his bed. There's just no mistaking that sphere is the moon. I see it each night from my bed in my room. We must find the sun, Hal commands with a jump, before we go straight back to Earth with a bump. I must not give up. It's important to try. I'll keep up my quest for the sun in the sky. I wonder what the cat or the teddy bear there is thinking. What's that up ahead? Hal jumps up as he spies some bright twinkling shapes far ahead in the sky. They sparkle and dazzle, they glow with white light. Could this be the sun that we lost in the night? Oh no, giggles Hal with a wink of his eyes. I know those small diamonds high up in the sky, those beautiful twinkling space dots are stars. I'm perfectly certain that's what they are. We must find the sun. Hal commands with a jump before we go straight back to Earth with a bump. I must keep on trying, although it is hard. I've done well already to find all these stars. What's that up ahead? Hal jumps up on tiptoes. I see a vast shape that's bright red and glows. There are mountains and valleys and deserts so dry. Could this be the sun that has gone from the sky? What do you think, guys? Could this be the sun? Could it be a different planet? What planet do we know of or do we think of and say is the red planet? It can't be, says Hal as he scratches his head. I know what that is. It's round and so red. It's perfectly clear that this planet is Mars. I've heard it's this planet that's found. I've heard it's the planet that's found next to ours. We must find the sun, Hal commands with a jump before we go down straight back to Earth with a bump. This mission is hard. It's difficult to test. But if I have tried and I've given my best... Hal looks back to Earth, and then what does he see? Can you remember what it is that he sees, guys? The planet is moving. It's turning around. It must be rotating without any sound. Hal zooms round to find where his bedroom has gone. And what does he find? He discovers the sun. The sun does not budge, but the earth moves instead. Hal works it all out as he clings to his bed. The sun, day, earth, night, moon. When night comes, we see the bright moon in the sky, but in daytime the sun is a thing that we spy. I knew I could do it if only I tried. Hal smiles with delight as he looks at the sky. I did not give up and I did not give in, and I found the sun. Hal shouts with a grin. The mystery is solved. Now his mission's complete. Hal suddenly tired, in need of some sleep. He soars to his country, his town, then his street, and straight through the window, head first and then feet. And back in his bedroom he snuggles down tight and drifts off to sleep for the rest of the night. As the sun starts to rise, Hal wakes up with a jump and finally comes back down to Earth with a bump. There we go, guys. So, as I said earlier on, your challenge is going to be to fill in these thought bubbles. What is it that you think that Hal is thinking in each of these pictures? How is he feeling? You know, what's he sort of doing? Remember, you can look through the story to give you hints and to give you tips with, you know, how he might be feeling, what he might be thinking about, and stuff like that as well. And you can also listen back through to the story as well. Be really good to see. Remember, you can upload your work to the folder. You can take a picture of it and email it in, or just put the picture in the folder. Be really great to be able to give some of you guys some feedback on this, and I'd be really, really interested to find out what it is that you think about for this story. Okay, guys, well done, and have a good rest of the day. I will see you later on.